In hundreds of cities globally, a specific type of hardware gold rush is occurring. Developers are lining up to purchase Mac minis for the sole purpose of granting an AI agent root access to their digital existence. This isn't just a developer trend, it's a phenomenon shaking Apple's supply chain and moving the needle on Wall Street. You can see the evidence in real time. Google Trends spikes and a 20% surge in Cloudflare's stock price, a direct result of the agents reliant on Cloudflare infrastructure. Infrastructure. What is this tool? To Google's vice president of security engineering, it's info-stealer malware in disguise. To the open source community, it is OpenClaw. The project has undergone a chaotic naming evolution. It began as Clawdbot, referencing Anthropic's Claude, but after a legal intervention from Anthropic's lawyer, it briefly became Moltbot before landing on OpenClaw. Peter Steinberger, the project's creator, confirmed this name is final, following clear trademark searches. This is a saga of how a lobster-themed assistant became the fastest growing open source project in GitHub history, and what it signifies for the future of personal computing. Mm, its capability, it's the AI that actually does things. If you look past the marketing, the core concept of OpenClaw is ambitious. It is an AI assistant that operates on your local hardware, communities through your existing apps, and most importantly, takes action instead of merely offering advice. Its tagline, AI that actually does things, defines both its primary value and its primary risk. In terms of the user experience, you can message the agent on WhatsApp to have it read your emails, triage your inbox, and draft replies. If you tell it to book a flight, it doesn't just give you a link, it opens a browser, searches for the flight, fills out the necessary forms, and confirms the booking. It can even deliver a personalized morning briefing before you finish your first cup of coffee. In terms of the technical engine, OpenClaw functions as a gateway service. It maintains WebSocket connections to messaging platforms like Telegram, Signal, iMessage, and WhatsApp, while orchestrating logic with an um, LLM backend, usually Claude through GPT-4 or local models like Olama are supported. It also has hands and feet. What does it mean? The agent utilizes an expanding library of skills that allow it to perform browser automation, access the local file system, execute shell commands, and integrate with calendars. Its architecture is also interesting. The design is local first, meaning your credentials and conversation history stay on your machine. However, it is not local only. Unless you use a model like Olama, your data still travels to Anthropic or OpenAI. You effectively own the agent's body but rent its intelligence. The project was born when Peter Steinberger, looking for a new spark after selling his PDF company to Insight Partners, began experimenting with Claude to manage his own digital chaos. He open sourced the result, and the response was unprecedented. Within 24 hours, the project hit 99,000 GitHub stars. A week later, it had 60,000. Today, it sits at over 82,000. This level of popularity has tangible market consequences because because OpenClaw uses Cloudflare tunnels to create a secure bridge between a user's home network and the internet. The sudden influx of users caused Cloudflare's stock to rise significantly. We had 72 hours of chaos with lawyers, the scammers, What happened was that the transition from Clawdbot to OpenClaw was anything but smooth. On January 27th, Anthropic's legal team issued a trademark notice. During the subsequent rebranding, Steinberger released his old social media and GitHub handles before successfully securing the new ones. In a mere 10-second window, crypto scammers intercepted the abandoned handle. They launched a fraudulent Claude token on the Solana blockchain, which rode the viral wave to a $16 million market cap before the inevitable rug pull left investors with nothing. Steinberger was forced to distance himself publicly, clarifying that any coin claiming his involvement was a scam. The downside is the security vulnerabilities, tearing down boundaries. As the project grew, security researchers began auditing the code, discovering significant flaws. In terms of authentication issues, Jamison O'Reilly found that the gateway logic trusted all localhost connections by default. When users deployed the agent behind the reverse proxy, the entire internet was inadvertently granted access to their credentials and command execution. There's also the prompt injection issue. Researchers Matt Vakul proved that a single malicious email could compromise a vulnerable OpenClaw instance. By sending a specifically crafted message, he was able to extract a private key and gain control of the system in under 5 minutes. There's also this issue of unmoderated skills. O'Reilly also demonstrated that the CloudHub plugin marketplace lacked moderation. He uploaded a benign skill, artificially inflated its download count, and saw developers from multiple countries install it immediately, highlighting that the system treated all downloaded code as trusted. For the structured dilemma and the compute squeeze that the agents were facing, the fundamental issue is architecture. For 20 years, the tech industry has built security boundaries to keep software isolated. Agents, by definition, require us to tear those boundaries down so they can be useful. This punching of holes creates a massive attack um, that LLMs, which cannot distinguish between data and instructions, are currently ill equipped to defend. Furthermore, the rush to buy Mac minis coincide with a global semiconductor shift. DRAM prices have risen 172% since early 2025, and server memory costs are expected to double by 2026. Developers are essentially hedging against the future where running local AI becomes too expensive for the average consumer. Now, the final verdict, why are people taking the risk? Despite the Mad Max levels of risk, users are flocking to OpenClaw because established assistants like Siri and Alexa have failed to deliver. OpenClaw provides genuine utility. First of all, it has real world agency. In one instance, when OpenTable showed no seats, the agent downloaded AI voice software and called the restaurant directly to secure a reservation. That's interesting. It also has a mobile productivity. A developer reported building a full Laravel application via WhatsApp command while walking to get coffee. And it also is self-automated. The agent can even write its own automation script, such as monitoring flight prices and alerting the user when they drop. The conclusion is that whether you should run OpenClaw depends on your technical literacy. For those who understand VPS deployment and network isolation, it is a brilliant glimpse into the future. For the average user handling sensitive data, it is currently too dangerous to connect to financial or health records. Finally, a stern warning. Do not buy any lobster or cloth themed crypto tokens. They are scammed.